In this new version of Magic Leap World, we have a docking system for your content down on the bottom. Each of these icons corresponds to an icon up top. You can take these icons and you can click them in order to minimize content, or you can click and hold to grab them and move them through the viewport. The viewport is where your prisms live. You can take these icons and you can click them, and it will minimize them, and click them again to maximize them. On the left, we have your own content, where you can see your updates, wishlist, and purchases. In the center here, we have your search, where you can search for new apps. And on the right, we have your explore, where you can find new apps. If you click on one of these apps, it'll create new content, such as an item details. Here we have Dr. Gorbart's Invaders. We can now click and hold on this icon down here, and we can actually move it into world space to be accessed later. Here we have a diorama for Undersea pulled out into world space. I can click and grab onto this icon, pull it closer into Z so everything's nice and close to read. Here at the bottom, we have a button so we can explore more content. So gallery, here we are, all these beautiful screenshots of Undersea. We can keep coming down. We have our updates, version sizes, all kinds of useful information, and all kinds of helpful links that we can explore later on. So if we go over here, we have their download button. If we click our download button, it'll ask us if we're sure. I'm pretty sure. So now we're processing. Just takes a minute. Another cool new feature with this version of Magic Leap World is the introduction of experimental mode. Experimental mode is a way for us to create new features quickly and get your feedback on them. One of the first experimental modes that we've created is something we call experimental input. So if you double click home in order to go to the settings menu, we go up top and we click on this experimental input button, it'll actually change your input scheme. So now if you look at your totem, you have all these cool new buttons. Each of these buttons actually corresponds to different actions that can take place. And each of these now works on the application itself. So now instead of moving things by holding trigger, you can actually just grab it with trigger and then click it with the bumper.